The big money after a hurricane is always in debris removal. And now, a little more than a month after Hurricane Irma hit Florida, we are learning for the first time about some questionable decisions made by the governor. It's a CBS 4 News investigation. Following the storm, Governor Rick Scott demanded that debris removal companies honor their contracts with their rates that they negotiated with cities and counties before the storm.
But tonight, we're learning the governor did not hold himself or his administration to that same standard. CBS 4 investigator Jim DeFeeti joining us now with the details. Jim?
Rick Rudabay, CBS 4 News has uncovered a never-before-seen contract issued by the Scott administration immediately after Hurricane Irma that dramatically raises the cost of cleaning up the Florida Keys. Before the storm, there were companies prepared to remove debris in Monroe County at rates that had been negotiated with county officials long before the storm hit. But rather than allow those companies to do the work, Governor Rick Scott and his Department of Transportation issued, through a separate emergency order, debris removal contracts that are causing the state to pay much higher prices. So a tree stump, for instance, that Monroe County pays $400 to remove costs the state $1,500. A CBS 4 News investigation found that as a result of the decisions made by the governor's administration, taxpayers will end up spending millions, if not tens of millions more, on debris removal in the Florida Keys. How did this happen? 2 days after Hurricane Irma made landfall in the lower Keys, Governor's Transportation Secretary Mike Dew quietly issued an emergency invitation to bid to only a handful of companies, asking them to come up with a new set of prices to remove debris in the Keys. And while that may seem perfectly reasonable, after all, the Keys were devastated, what you have to know is that Monroe County, as well as cities such as Islamorada and Key West, already had contracts in place with companies to remove debris. And if those companies couldn't keep up with the work, the Florida Department of Transportation had its own pre-existing list of companies to clear debris at rates that were negotiated and set before the storm. So what the governor and the transportation secretary did without any public announcement or open bidding process was disregard all those companies, knocking them to the side. The emergency invitation to bid went out on September 12th, and by 11 a.m. the next morning, it was over, and 2 companies were selected. Those 2 companies, MCM and Community Asphalt, now control nearly 2/3 of all the debris removal in the Keys, and the rest is being cleaned up by a company called AshBritt, the only firm that remains from the original companies in place before the storm. So how's it working? I went down to the Keys earlier this week to meet with the president of AshBritt, Randy Perkins.
Yesterday, that truck right there was working for AshBritt in Monroe County, and it was hired away from us this morning. So I lost another truck again today.
Your sticker's right on that truck.
It was working for us yesterday.
Randy Perkins, who founded AshBritt in 1991, says his trucks and crews are being hired away by his competitors because the state is now paying them so much they can lure his crews away for more money.
We can show without a doubt that we have lost dozens and dozens of trucks that came here to work for us under Monroe County and jumped ship before even going to work. They were stopping them coming across the stretch, pulling them over and hiring them away from us.
So how much more is the state paying? A review of the contracts by CBS 4 News shows that under the governor's emergency bidding process, taxpayers are being charged anywhere from 3 to 10 times the rate Perkins is being paid under his Monroe County contract. Take, for example, refrigerators. Thousands of refrigerators were destroyed in the Keys because of Hurricane Irma. Under its contract with Monroe County, AshBritt receives between $73 and $114 for every refrigerator it hauls out of the Keys. Under the governor's emergency DOT contract, Community Asphalt is paid $250 to remove a refrigerator from the Keys, while MCM is paid $969.
You can't even begin to justify how outrageous that one line item is.
The same goes for removing hazardous trees. The Monroe County contract pays AshBritt $295 to remove a hazardous tree that measures 36 inches in diameter. That same tree, under the Scott administration's emergency contract, will cost taxpayers $1,500 if Community Asphalt removes it, and $1,950 if it is hauled off by MCM. A 32-foot boat that was destroyed in the storm and needs to be removed will cost taxpayers $3,200 under the contract Perkins has with the city of Key West. Under the emergency DOT contract, Community Asphalt will be paid by the state $16,000, and if MCM removes that boat, the company will receive $20,672. And for debris removal, AshBritt is being paid half of what its competitors are being paid by the state. Tell me if I'm wrong, in order to keep some of your crews, you're paying them above the rate.
We are losing money every day, correct.
How much are you losing every day?
It's significant.
Millions?
It's significant.
Are you at risk of going out of business?
We have monumental challenges right now. I want the governor to know we're going to survive this.
Now, we've been in touch with the governor's office, and they wouldn't discuss rates, referring questions to the Department of Transportation. A spokeswoman for the governor did say, "One of our top focuses has been making sure debris from the storm is quickly cleared so families and communities can rebuild." Likewise, Community Asphalt would not comment on their pricing, also referring questions to the Department of Transportation. A DOT spokesman said the higher prices were based on, quote, "a variety of factors," and the emergency contracts were needed because Monroe County requested help. However, the Monroe County Administrator, Roman Gastasi, told me this week that they never asked DOT to take over or issue an emergency contract. For its part, MCM issued a statement. "In general, our rates were determined through a public bidding process, with MCM basing its bid prices on internal estimates, resources, logistics, and rates received from subcontractors, considering the difficulties of working in the Florida Keys, coupled with the devastation caused by Harvey and Irma, and the several emergency declarations issued throughout the U.S., which severely impacted available resources." Now, we should also note that Perkins and AshBritt is having their own issues around the state. Attorney General Pam Bondi has issued a subpoena for records from AshBritt and is investigating the company for possible price gouging during the storm in other parts of the state. Perkins denies those allegations.
Wow, well, this is an incredible story, and it's so ironic. I remember the calls for, if you have any reports of price gouging, to call Pam Bondi's office during the storm, because they were expecting certain businesses to perhaps try to take advantage of it. And you take a look at these prices here to haul some of the debris away.
But let's be clear. This is not considered price gouging. I want to be careful here, because they went through a process and the government paid it. Just because those companies asked to receive that money doesn't mean the state of Florida and the governor and the Department of Transportation had to agree to pay it.
But they did.
But they did.
So who's going to pay for it?
We are going to pay for it. Now, ultimately, the State Department of Transportation will submit the bills for all the cleanup to FEMA and believes that the federal government will pay. However, the federal government is notorious, especially FEMA and auditors. They'll come in and they'll look and they'll say, why am we paying $969 for a refrigerator that should have cost another company at the exact same time $95? So in a worst case scenario, FEMA may not pay for the cleanup and may force the state, meaning you and I, state taxpayers, to pick up the bill.
Wow. And obviously Perkins, we saw in the video there, it seems like he's taking this personally. What is his history with the governor? He
has a long history with the governor. It's interesting. First, we should note Perkins is a Democrat who ran for Congress in Palm Beach last year. However, he's also been a major contributor to Republicans, the Republican Governors Association, and he's given $500,000 over the years to Rick Scott and his campaigns. He's now asking the governor to return the money, and Perkins says he'll donate it to the Boys and Girls Club. No response from the governor.
Wow.
Jim DeFede. Jim, thank you very much.